Amber, you made it back.
Did you see my epic almost fall into the wall?
I saw you run off really quickly.
One foot hit the was still on the carpet, and the other foot hit the wood, and I did the split. Almost went to the wall. It would have been great if it started off that way. Hey!
Sorry, we are a little bit late this evening. I forgot that it was Friday today, and so I was cooking dinner and getting ready to go chill. And then I looked at the clock, and I was like, "Oh, it's 7:25. Oh shit, it's 7:25." And then I had to rush and finish cooking dinner, and then I just barely sat down like 5 minutes ago. So.
The cat and dog are having a stare off at my door. It's kind of funny. Dog's like, I want to go by. Cat's like, you're in my way.
Let's see.
I made quesadillas for dinner, and this is just like a section of it. Doesn't it look so good?
Oh, yeah.
I made chicken and bell peppers and onion mixture thing, seasoned with taco seasoning, and then I cooked put the cheese and all that stuff and cooked it in a pan to make it all nice and crunchy.
Once upon a time, I used to make those from scratch. I don't have the means to do that now.
I would try making tortillas from scratch someday, but I don't have.
Hang on. You locked man out.
I did not work.
Your mom is strange.
Lock the door.
She's a klutz.
I'm getting
I'm
attacked by
sorry
an
that I
ottoman.
want to save us from mass murderers. My bad. I'll stop doing that. What drinks?
Oh, the shit I live with.
Yay. Do you know what their new slogan is?
We're all white.
No, it's be less white.
Be less white. That's what it's something about white people.
It really made you
Kind of confusing.
Okay, so far we have Devin. It's not a stream without Devin. Hello. We have Jennifer Brown with us. Hello. And she says, "What's up, Tugwaddle?" I agree. What's up, Tugwaddle? How are you? And how are you, Jennifer? And yes, I am streaming. I was just running a little bit late. So, yay, we're here. I finished my outline for my romance project. The sticky notes have been removed, and I taped them together in order of, all that jazz. So, yay. And I'm debating, I want to do the romance project for Camp Meadow.
It's going to be a dead child by the end of the stream.
I had a Coke beard.
She had a Coke.
Because I don't want to be an accomplice to murder.
She was holding the drink with her chin on my bed.
I was.
Recipe for disaster, which will equal murder.
You're going to drown yourself, child.
She'll just get the water boards.
So, I had made my mom's earrings for her birthday before I got the right kind of string. I thought I could make it work. So I finished them again today.
Aw, cute.
So, that's her set.
Wait.
And then I made these for me.
Where's my earring?
Aw, cute.
Oh,
So.
where'd it go? Where's the finished one?
I don't know where your earring is.
Oh, that's not. Oh, it's
All right.
And then here's Kira's finished ones. She wants to show everybody.
Where is my
They're
straw?
cute and sparkly.
Yep.
I need my straw. Thank you.
So I'm putting everything up so I can actually work.
What are you working on during my stream?
I am going to try to find where I put my outline and keep working on that so that when the write-a-thon starts, I would like to try to write 20K for the 35 hours.
Jennifer says those are really cute in regards to the earrings.
Thank you.
Wow, thanks for the shade.
She meant all of them, dude.
Okay, shade is forgiven.
Jennifer loves us both equally.
I feel like your child is in a mood.
I was blaming Meadow.
Oh, she was blaming you, not Jennifer.
Why were you blaming me?
She
I
thought you were
said
saying it.
That's why I said that.
She thought you were being sarcastic since you've already seen them.
Yeah.
Geez, should have benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, she's in a mood.
Hey.
You are? Not like I'm lying.
Well, my thumb is throbbing, so.
Well, I didn't tell you to stab yourself with your damn needle.
Ow! I
Sounds
really
like a
can't even hold my needle.
Sounds like your own kind of problem.
Oh,
Stab yourself in the thumb with a needle and now saying, oh, it hurts. Well,
Well, the
In the words of my Arabic professor, mish mish guilty, not my problem.
right? So it sounds like a personal problem.
I don't know.
I know it went under your nail, but it ain't like you can take it back, so.
No, we all wish we had the last 5 minutes of our life back, Mom, so.
Okay, Jennifer, in regards to this question, we were actually just discussing this right before we went live. I don't know when it starts. I don't know.
I know it starts on Jessica's channel. She's going to talk about it, but I haven't had time to actually go to her channel and see what time it starts because I haven't had time to look up the playlist thing because I've been
You know
doing.
what? We're going to do that right now.
Let's look that shit up.
Meadow,
What?
my horse sliced her leg
What location and how bad is it?
open. Okay, so it's not really bad, but you know, like, right under, like, the knee or the hock?
Mm-hmm.
Meadow knows horse terms.
So right under the hock, where, like, right, yeah. It's like, I don't know, probably like the length of my pinky, and it's probably the width of my pinky nail. And she busted out of the trailer.
Yeah, that's how she heard it. Somehow she busted out of the trailer and sliced it.
Somehow on a clean, smooth door. And right before drill practice too. And right where it was at, you could see the bone, but it was fine. So she technically did.
Oh my god, are you telling me I'm not sub to her anymore?
Twice.
Okay, the Worldwide Ride-a-thon. The first one that comes up is from October, but I want the one from March.
Okay, the one for March.
Hey, friends.
Okay.
Aha,
I have located it.
Yeah.
It starts at 2:30 a.m. my time, so that would be 5:30 a.m. Eastern. And I believe that Devin already said that, so yay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say because this isn't right. She's updated it because this has it. She says next live productivity sprints March 5th, and then March 20th. That's her normal stuff. So yeah. So I didn't plan on sleeping very much this weekend because I just want to be here for that. So
I'm gonna sleep tonight, and that'll probably be it.
Well, I figure I want to get some writing done this weekend, and I want to get everything figured out on the writing end because after Sunday, well, probably after your stream Tuesday, actually, I'll tear all my big computer stuff down. So, like, on our Friday stream next week, I'll be on my laptop. So, I figure I will just get as much as I can done and get everything transferred tonight and then work on my book as much as I can and not sleep this weekend and sleep Monday because Tuesday through Friday is going to be crazy.
Kira, in regards to your horse's owie, keep an eye on it because my horse Lemon that I had to sell when I joined the army, he got, like, 2 days after I bought him, he got kicked by another horse right underneath his fetlock. And it cut into his tendon sheath, and he got an infection all the way up in his tendon sheath in that whole leg. And he was stall bound for like a year until it healed all the way.
Well, yeah, it keeps trying to press up, and so I have this stuff I'm putting on it, but but if it keeps pussing up, because I just had my trainer look at it after I cleaned it, so what it's doing is it keeps getting a scab, but then the scab is somehow getting bacteria under it, even though I'm cleaning it and putting medicine on it every day. So it's getting bacteria under the scab, and then the scab's trying to get pussy. So then I have to rip off her scab, which she does not like. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I have to rip off her scab somehow without getting kicked, and then
Do it all over again.
do it all over again. So it doesn't start. If it doesn't start getting better and stop doing that, I'm gonna have to figure out something. Like I might have to wrap her leg or something because it can't.
Have you been able to have her seen by a vet?
Well, it's not too bad. It's not bad enough to need a vet.
Isn't he coming out Monday anyway?
Yeah, the vet's coming out Monday anyway, so I'll talk to him about
Yeah,
it.
he's coming out Monday to give her her first set of shots for the move.
Yeah, I definitely have him look at it if it's not getting better.
Yeah, if it persists. What happened? What? Tuesday. So
Yeah, so it's been like that for about a week.
no, Tuesday.
Oh, this Tuesday?
Yes.
Oh. My days, dude, not having a job, my days are getting screwed the fuck up, dude. She swears up and down she told me something yesterday, and I was like, no, you told me the day before yesterday. She goes, no, I didn't find out until yesterday. I couldn't have told you.
I'm
God
like,
damn
there's no way, Mom.
But to be fair, she comes home at 10:30, and usually I'm just coming home from running errands, and then she leaves again and comes home, and then leaves again sometimes and comes home. So I'm like, I don't freaking know when she's coming or going to remember what happens when.
I'm glad that the video that I just shared for the timer is muted because it started on an ad.
Mm.
Now I could do the worst part of beating. Thread my needle.
Now, the worst part of beading is cleaning up your dirty beads to put them in this bag so I can actually use them.
Oh, do you have my blue thing? Oh, no, you don't even have that thing.
There we go.
My blue ball.
No, because then it'd get dirt in it.
Okay, so let's do quick introductions for ourselves since we're like way in and we've just been chatting and what we're working on. Hi, I'm Meadow. I am a writer and I do live streams and I'm a freelance editor. And you can go to my website, Rose City Editing, to get a free sample edit from me. And oh my gosh, excuse me. I'm a little bit scatterbrained today because I completely forgot that it was Friday. For some reason, I thought it was still Thursday today. And so I wasn't prepared. But I'm not sure what I'm going to work on yet because I finished the outline for this yesterday. And I want to save this project, the actual drafting part, for Camp Nano. So I'm trying to decide if I want what I want to work on. Maybe I want to start outlining for the next installment of that series. I don't know yet.
You could start drafting it and see if you could maybe get half of it done before camp and then finish it.
Maybe.
I mean, you got a little less than half a month still.
I'm thinking I might want to stay in the outlining phase of my life right now. I don't know.
I don't know. I said I was going to do that when I got done with book 3 before I started book 4, and then the idea hit me and I started writing, and that just went out the window. Apparently I'm not an outliner even when I want to be an outliner. Okay, I'm Amber Craft. I write paranormal romance. I have 2 books out, and I actually felt like a bougie little actual author because I went and signed some books for somebody yesterday, and they like gushed over me like I was freaking the next Stephen King, and I felt so great.
That's awesome.
I got to ask, who do I make this out to? I felt so special. not even joking. I like felt up here. That's why I'm like I wore my shirt and everything. It was like, oh. Anyway, I stream every Sunday at noon Eastern, whatever time that equals for you, with the exception of after the next 2 Sundays. Yeah, the last 2 Sundays of the month, because I'm moving to Texas. And if you'd like to help with that, I have a coffee, Amber's Craft, and I need the money.
Not legit coffee. I thought she was saying she wanted.
Yeah, I told her. I said coffee the other day. She's like, "You've got coffee." No, not
Amber's move is motivating me to clean my house really well because she's coming over to my house when she's coming down.
I've already started vlogging the craziness that is moving, and I thought we weren't going to have neighbors because they pulled out a couple days ago. I was gonna have the whole place to put the U-Haul, but new neighbor showed up today, so
Damn.
looks like I'm gonna be pissing
They'll
them
be
off.
gone by next week.
I'm sure they'll be gone by next week. Nobody ever stays in that spot. I don't know why.
Just like the person next to our house.
Yeah, and I am the host of the Afterthought podcast, but that's on hold for now. So let's go check all that out on my website or my YouTube channel, and it will all be back short. And tonight, I guess for the first sprint, I will work on putting the beads from the box into the beads in the bag that Kira made all dirty. And then I'm going to try to find my outline.
Don't even. I picked those beads up at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, but who's picking cat litter out of them to put them in the pack? Tell you how hard it is for white beads and cat litter. Anyway, and then I'm going to try to find my outline and write everything down so I know where I'm at, so I can kind of possibly maybe make an outline before the write-a-thon starts and I try to write 20K.
Just quickly slap something in there.
I figure it's 35 hours and there's a time change, so I need to figure in 1,200 words till time change to get 1,000 words an hour. It's kind of what I'm figuring. And then I should be able to make 20 plus in case I go to sleep. Yeah. Because at least an hour, that'll be watching Discovery Witches when it comes on at about 4 in the morning.
And spending. No, I'm not even saying spending.
Well,
No, I'm spending time with you before the write-a-thon starts, so it don't count for the write-a-thon.
good luck to you, Amber, and good luck to myself, and good luck to the people in the chat. Hopefully you get all your goals done for this next sprint.
I want to know what everybody's goals are if you're doing write-a-thon and what your goals are for the 35 hours. Because I'm pretty sure I'm the only one with the crazy-ass goals like that. And Alice isn't on here to say, she has crazy writing goals per hour because she writes like a speed demon. But I'm curious to know if anybody else is as crazy as me.
I'm probably going to spend a lot of the sprints tomorrow doing house chores.
Yeah, see, that'll be me all next week. So I want to work on my novel and actually leave tearing the computer down on a good note.
Right. All right, let's start a sprint because I am feeling like I want to do something. I don't know. All right.
He is feeling. He is being compelled.
2, 1, go!
Ding-a-ling-a-ring-a-ling-a-ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Where's the meadow? A ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ring-a-ling. I don't know. Yeah, that was cheesy. That was Jay's dad cheesy.
Oh no, I lost my needle.
I don't know if you can be dad cheesy. Dad cheesy.
No.
If you lose that needle in my bed, when I find it tonight, I scream. I'm gonna wake your ass up and stick it in you. She lost a needle in my bed. Don't mind me. You better find that motherfucker.
I can't see.
You must be digging a flashlight. I'm gonna meddle. I'm gonna kill a child on screen.
You better find it, Kira. I just realized that I had forgotten to unmute myself. I was like responding to you and everything. And I was like, wait, she can't hear me. All right. How did everybody do on that sprint? I didn't really do much. But we did have Kristen Hall join us. Hello.
Hello.
We had Laura join us. And we had Keith Clavis join us.
Get a flashlight and find a needle.
And Keith Clavis is coming in with approximately 3,500 words for the day.
Nice. I should have been writing today, but I had to make a few phone calls, and I couldn't get into the writing mood. So I figured I'd finish all my beading projects up so I could not have to worry about that next week. Which is what she's trying to do. If she doesn't lose the needle and find it in the middle of the night.
And yeah, I haven't started the beta read for your book yet, but it is on my list for Monday to start it. I just haven't been in the mood to read lately, but like there's no way for me to get in the mood unless I actually read.
You would be happy. Well, technically I DNF'd it, but I DNF'd 2 books and got 2 books out of my 30 books I need to read before I leave. So that's 2 less books to take.
Yay!
Well, don't hit your fractured elbow. Find my needle.
Kristen will be doing studying sprints. Awesome. That's what I'm here for, to help you get done whatever you need to get done, whether that be writing, housework, schoolwork, whatever.
Yeah, I'm used to my Sunday sprints being procrastination till Sunday sprints.
I found it. Oh my God.
Laura just got logged on, so no words yet. Same. I had a lazy day today. I finished my outline yesterday, thank goodness, and then, which was beautiful. I've decided now with my first outline, like before I write the first draft, I like to leave space after each section, after each scene,
Ideas.
so I can leave notes. And then once I'm like making the second, like redoing the outline to go into revisions, I don't leave the spaces anymore because, once the book is written, I don't need it to take as many notes and stuff. But yeah, so it's a lot of paper, but it's 9 pages, and unfortunately I forgot to print double-sided, but it is what it is.
It's just more room for notes.
Since we're moving next week, so my history teacher was passing out our assignments, and he was like, handed it to me. He was like, "When are you leaving?" I said, "Next Friday," because today's Friday. So I said, "Next Friday." He said, he was talking about the assignment. He came back around. He took it. He said, "Don't worry about it."
Aw. Nice.
You mean the history teacher that like had a total history jerk square box thing you made you do last week?
Jerk square box? What?
Stupid ass square box of draw pictures and tell me what happened. It all happened during the same motherfucking war. Stupid stuff.
Actually, that was the district that made him do that. The district also
whatever.
says that he would get.
It was still stupid.
The district also won't let him tell us what actually happened to Pocahontas, because we did have to learn about it.
Yeah, you could have watched that last night on A&E.
No, he literally put it in the chat. He said, "I don't know why the district doesn't want me to talk about what actually happened to Pocahontas. This happened, this happened, this happened."
That seems strange because Pacific Northwest, from my experience living here my whole life, they're usually really good about teaching like real Native American history authentically. at least where I live. But then again, I did actually grow up on a reservation, so it's probably different for me.
Biased.
Well, not at my school. At my school, it's the natives were people, so they had a little war with the white man, and then what happened was they were just like, oh yeah, sure, you can have my land and I'll take your smallpox, but we're friends. And then they're like, oh, you just killed basically all of us, but it's fine, here's our land just as a gift. That's how
Yeah, I don't know how things are in Washington, but at least for me, because I grew up on the reservation, so I think they pushed more for like actual real history on it, because the school that I went to technically was not on the reservation, but all of the native kids went to that school because it was the only school that was nearby. And so, like, you know.
I actually watched last night, oddly enough, they had the true story of Pocahontas and how, like, I didn't know as many, like, presidents and things like that were technically ancestors of Pocahontas, of her and John's son, not John Smith, the other John she married.
The one that was she actually married.
And like they actually there was a whole big thing about how it tried to lump their tribe in Virginia in with colored people because of like some white supremacist that was in the legislature, and they actually the tribe didn't actually get recognition as being a tribe, period, until 1951.
Wow.
That was kind of crazy. I thought all tribes were like marked. So.
Jennifer, I am not Native American. Well, I'm a little bit, but not enough to like be registered. My grandfather's grandmother was 100% Blackfoot Indian, so I think that would make me like an eighth. But I don't have any records of anything like leading to me of what my like actual Native Americanness would be. The only reason why I grew up on a tribe or on the reservation is because back in the 90s, a lot of financial problems led a lot of people that live on the res to sell their land, and my grandma bought 10 acres on the reservation during that time. And my family's lived on that farm ever since then.
See, I'm an eighth. We're part of the Lost Mississippi tribes.
Yeah.
And my grandfather never let my grandmother get the paperwork. So
yeah, I don't think that anybody kept track of it after my grandpa. I think my grandpa was like the last one that was registered at all, and everybody else after that wasn't. And I'm pretty sure you have to have like record for every generation in order for me to.
Yes and no. You can. Sometimes the tribe has the histories of like parts of your family, or you can just do like blood quantum and try to find it.
Yeah,
they'll help you find it, but
and like with us, like my great grandma, I figured out like the things I've learned. Like she kind of colonized what she taught Nana. Like she called fry bread
she put
flapjacks.
It in white man words.
So she basically was teaching her things that she didn't know was natives, but it was like it was kind of
right.
I feel like she just colonized to make the words.
Grandpa not mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually had when I was in third grade, my third grade teacher was horrible, a horrible man, a horrible teacher. I hated him. He was horrible. He actually told my mom that he thought I was, and this is his words, so I'm sorry if they offend people, but his words specifically to my mom, I think Meadow is mentally retarded because of such and such reason.
Oh yeah, because he thought you were.
And so my mom's like, my daughter's very. Yeah. So my mom took me into the hospital, got me tested for any type of mental deficiencies. That's when I was diagnosed with ADHD. And then they also said that my intelligence level, my IQ, was above most adults that took the same test as me. So, like, whatever. But then he also, later on, was giving me so much crap because we did a whole unit about Native American like art and that kind of stuff, and we were making like little totem poles and like all this kind of stuff to learn about it. And I wasn't doing very well because he expected me to know all this stuff already because he thought my grandma was Native American. My grandma is an immigrant from England.
The whitest they come.
Wrong side of the totem.
My grandma just tans really easily, and then her hair was completely white. So they like, and she worked for the tribe. She was a like a special education tutor for the tribe that worked specifically with kids from the tribe and only with kids from the tribe if they needed extra help, kind of a thing. So I mean, like, I can see why they thought she was Native American because she was darker complexion, and a bunch of people thought she was like a native elder.
That's like stereotype, though.
Yeah, and so he called my mom in to have a meeting. Like, why isn't she doing well in this unit? Like, she should know all this stuff already. And it's like my mom's like, why would she know all this already? Because her grandma's native.
One that's
No. Her grandma's from England. Her grandma immigrated to the United States from England. Like,
that's when if you were in the South, your mama would went, oh, bless your heart.
I know.
Yeah, I literally had a teacher. I was in 5th grade. We were learning about Native Americans. I said, yeah, I'm a little bit. And then my teacher looked me dead in the eyes and said, you don't want to be a redskin.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I kind of came unglued.
Yeah, and then he told me that I knew nothing, and I was telling him because he was like, "What do you guys know?" So I told him I obviously knew more than everyone else in that class. He was like, "No, everything you know is wrong. In the history book, it says this," and I was like, I literally just stopped talking. I was like, "I'm about to come over through this desk and slap you." So yeah, that was an interesting day.
Yeah,
that's.
That was an interesting letter to write as a writer.
I texted my mom, and she was like, I don't even remember what you said. Do you remember?
I wrote him a letter first because I was so pissed off. I didn't want to go talk to him. And then the second time he did that shit, I was like, let's just have a little educational talk here.
Yeah.
Like, whether she is or isn't your choice to make her feel like crap, first off.
He also told me I was too white to be anything but fully white. He's like, you're probably like 90% Irish and English. And I was like, you're whiter than me. Like, you can talk.
Yeah, I don't know what my percentages of anything is. I just know based on like my ancestors that I know of kind of what I am. So like, my grandpa. So that would be, I guess, my great grandmother was 100% Blackfoot Indian. I know that to be a fact. So I can kind of guesstimate from there roughly kind of what I have, but I don't know.
It's hard to know like who they married if they had Native in them at all.
Right, because it fluctuates.
Yeah.
My older sister, she has more Native in her than I do because she has a different father than I do, and her dad has some Native lineage too, and I don't have not any that I'm aware of Native lineage from my dad's side.
Yeah. So like I've got a few cousins that my cousin's kid, 2 out of 3 of her kids are from a full-blood Native, but then the other 2 are straight from a white boy.
Yeah.
White as snow.
Most of my lineage is English, Scottish, and Scandinavian. So I'm a Scottish Viking.
You can still drink with the best of them. That's good enough for me.
I don't know how much I am because even though my mom's only like 1/8, we don't know how much my father had. Like, you just don't.
Yeah, because he was German and
exactly,
white.
And he was
and German. Yeah, and German because my grandpa's family on my mom's side, his grandmother who was Blackfoot married a German man, so I have a lot of German in that side too. But most of my whiteness comes from my dad's side, where they're all Scandinavian.
I also learned recently that there's like a chart on like not how white you are, but like how you burn, and so like and how you tan. So there's like 1, that's my mom. And then there's like me.
I choose not to tan.
There's like me, which is like a 5 because I've never burnt and I can literally go outside with no sunscreen on most of the time, and my burn is just getting itchy. So, like, and then I found out that most natives are just at a 5, and it's like they can get darker easier. That's why they're mostly dark.
It's because you got native and German.
You're blurry, Mom.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. The camera that me and your mom both have likes to go out of focus every once in a while. When I was younger, I used to tan really easily and not burn, but nowadays I burn really easily. It turns into a tan afterwards, but I burn really easily now.
This is like the whitest I ever get. Like, I have pictures from me when I was 4, and I was barely out that summer, and I was like, is that me? Like,
yeah, the year you learned to ride your bicycle, you look dark as fuck.
I was like, okay.
It does not look like the same
child.
It was
me.
Yeah, grown kid doesn't think it's her.
We had author Lamoreaux. Is that how you say your name? I hope. Correct me if I said it wrong. Also, I've never seen you on my stream. Thanks, phone. Jeez. I've never seen you on my stream before, so welcome. I'm glad that you came by, and I hope you like it enough to stay. But they said, just came in on this convo, did my DNA test with Ancestry recently. Yeah, I should do one because, like, my sister and my mom did a Ancestry one, and then they also did, like, a genetics based on, like, what kind of diseases that you're prone to based on your genetics.
Yeah.
So they did both, and they kept telling me, you should do both of them. They're really cool because it tells you, like, you know, where your ancestors are from, but then you can also see, like, your actual all the things that you're predisposed for. Like, my mom and my sister both found out that they have gluten intolerance because they have the genetic markers for gluten intolerance, and so they both started cutting out gluten out of their diet, and they're both like 10 times healthier now.
They had a deal around New Year's where you could get them both for like a really cheap price.
I wanted to.
And because she still wants to do one, and I wanted to spend, like, splurge a little bit from the stimulus and do that, but we're having to spend most of the money on moving. So I don't know when that's gonna happen.
Like, I know
it'll happen. It just won't be as soon as she wanted it now.
Like, no matter how much percentage I actually am, like, I grew up with it, so it's still gonna be a part of me no matter what I find out. But it's just good to know, like, not for anyone else, but just for myself.
No, I mean, you can find out a lot about your what you can do to improve your health based on, like, your genetic markers for different stuff. Like,
yeah,
if I do it and I find out that I have a gluten intolerance, then I will cut out gluten and see how I feel afterwards.
You're funny.
That's why I don't care, because gluten's not coming out, milk's not coming out.
No. Somebody told me I couldn't have starch. I'd just have starch.
My mom's trying to convince me to eat keto with her, and I'm like, I would, but there's a lot of food that I wouldn't be able to eat anymore that I want to continue to eat.
You can't take my pizza, my pasta, and my potatoes. That's my 3 Ps, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, good. It's Lamoreaux, like I said. Awesome. I'm glad that I got her.
Don't kill the fries! Fry down!
Too, I just don't want to stress about family diseases it may or may not come up with, right?
Yeah.
Your last name? Yeah, it is French. It's my married name. My maiden name is Gustafson. So if that tells you the Scandinavian in me or not.
It's very Scandinavian /
I personally do not have a lot of French ancestry that I know of, but my husband does. My husband is, I think he said he's mostly Scottish and French. In Scotland, he comes from the Robertson clan. And
part Scot, part bullheaded.
Yeah, and then for me, my middle name, Mackenzie, is my grandma's maiden name because she's the one where I get most of my Scottishness from. So I come from the Mackenzie clan in Scotland. And, you know, whoever in Scandinavia, I don't know, someone named Gustav started my family name because it technically means son of Gustav.
My child is being my child. You see her with a cat toy on her head.
Toy, but if I didn't have
it could make a cute scrunchy thing.
I know.
She's like, what is this? I'm like, it's a cat toy. She goes, no, it's a scrunchie.
It looks like it could be a hair tie and just have a cute little palm thing on your ponytail.
Oh yeah, let's give the cat something to knock me in the head for. That'd be great.
You know, so my last name being French, and Jordan the other day, so I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99.9% sure that Jordan has baby fever because the amount of times he's mentioned having another child recently.
Ask him if he's going to be the stay-at-home dad.
I told him I don't want to have another one until we have more space. And he said, okay. And now he's like, just like the day before yesterday, he came home from work with this whole long plan about how he's going to get us out of debt so we can buy a house.
Baby Pinterest board.
So
those, you know you're in trouble.
The other day he called me because he was driving somewhere in his car and he was listening to the soundtrack from Les Mis and asked me, hey, if we do have another kid and it's a boy, can we name it Marius? And I was like, Meadow Lamoreaux, that is such a French name. Like, I can't even with you right now.
If you named it Marius, then I would just call it Marius from Lestat. Just saying.
Yeah, so.
It would defeat my little vampire nephew.
Just one. Just one.
Exactly. Knowing the markers helps. However, there are a lot of markers that haven't been identified yet. They did a genetic panel on me when I got cancer. I have 0 cancer markers. Yeah, the research for the genetic markers and stuff is still like they're. Oh, she just dropped this mirror on her forehead.
Oh.
Come here, let me kiss it.
I thought she was upstairs. I just asked, what do I need to get her?
That was me when I found out my math grade today.
She was trying to slide it onto the desk, but she only got it to like not even halfway, so it fell back and hit her in the forehead.
Owie.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so shoes with steel toes for birthday. Got it.
No, it hurt on her forehead.
Okay, a helmet with steel
A helmet with steel toes? Is it just shoes on top of the helmet?
You want to come up and say hi to Amber? Come over here. You want to say hi to Amber and Kira? Come on. Oh my God, she's like decided to climb under the desk and crawl up onto my chair between my legs.
We get to see you next weekend, Noelle.
Amber's going to be here at our house next weekend.
Yeah, we're coming to your house. What do you want for your birthday?
I swear I'm going to show up as Mickey Mouse.
Noelle. What do you want for your birthday?
No, a birthday cake.
You want a birthday cake for your birthday?
Auntie Amber can't bring your birthday cake.
A hug from
How about, is there any toys that you want?
Huh?
Is there a toy that you want for your birthday?
Horsey rocket.
She wants a horsey rocket. I don't know what that means, but she wants a horsey rocket.
A horsey
I
rocket.
got you, bro. I got you. I'm going to paint it. I could paint
Balloons.
first with a
Got
rocket.
balloons.
You can make
She wants balloons. She wants a horsey rocket and balloons.
Wait, does she have her ears pierced?
I got the balloons covered.
Does she have her ears pierced?
No, but I'm thinking I might do it soon. Like maybe for her birthday or maybe for her next birthday.
If I made her
Yeah,
earrings,
do it while she's young so she doesn't freak out.
if I made her earrings, could you keep them in a safe spot till she got her ears pierced? Because I'd make them tiny so she could wear them.
Yeah, I can do that.
To say you wouldn't want them too heavy either.
That would be an awesome gift because then I can when I can give them to her and she can wear a handmade gift from you. That would be awesome. But yeah, her birthday is on the 22nd, so Monday, not this coming Monday, but the following Monday is her birthday.
Birthday.
Yeah, it's almost your birthday. You're gonna be 3.
That's okay. She gets to open it early. I want to see her open my present.
Oh, shoot. That means
Plus, we gotta vlog it.
I have to finish my earrings, I have to make Noelle's earring, and I have to make a customer's earrings. I got a lot of earrings to make.
Look on the bed and go finish yours.
Jennifer says, I'm German, Welsh, and Indian, and then she corrected and said Native American, I mean.
I was just going to say, that gets confusing. Are you from India? Because Indians are from India.
I know a lot of Native Americans that, like, from where I grew up that refer to themselves as Indian, but some others that prefer not to, and they prefer to say Indigenous or Native American.
I think it's confusing, personally.
I mean,
I don't like it because of Christopher Columbus, because he was a freaking but it's also just confusing.
Please.
She's brought me the whole box of.
Feet.
Go get a bowl, and I'll put you some in a bowl. Go get a bowl.
Have a bowl. And your hands do not count.
So I got a weird question. Do you want to do like a, I don't know, like a pop-up stream for an hour while we're there?
Well,
Or just vlog it?
it's gonna be Saturday
Yeah.
when you come over. And about roughly what time do you think you'll be here?
Oh, I know what you're thinking. We can plan it around Jayce's stream.
Yeah.
I didn't think of
You
that.
got to plan it around other people's streams.
We can make it planned around one.
What
This had raw chicken in it, so you're gonna need to go get a different bowl.
Because we were going to leave around 7, which would have put us there around 11 or 12.
I think we're going to leave earlier than that.
And we can eat. Okay, I told y'all 6, so that we might actually pull out of here at 7.
Well, it takes roughly 5 hours to get to Salem.
Yeah.
And there's not any space in my apartment complex for you to park, so you're going to have to find somewhere where you guys can park your trailer and then drive over here. Or I can meet you somewhere and drive you over in my car.
That would be probably easier to save our carbon emissions.
Well, we've got the camper and I'll have my U-Haul, so you might have to come pick us up.
Yeah. So I just know there is not enough space. The parking spots in my apartment complex are really small, so you wouldn't be able to park anywhere in here. So.
Yeah. Probably better if you just come pick us up from Walmart or something.
Yeah, sounds good.
Can we get to the wall?
No, it's on a sticky thing.
Monique says, I was adopted, but I already knew my father's side of the family, so I was really interested to find out my mother's side. English and German were the largest numbers on her side. Interesting.
Oh, nice.
And Nigerian on my father's side. That's cool.
About half of my friends in Nebraska were either Sudanese or Nigerian.
Mine were either white, or white.
Yeah, that one is clean. Good job. I think she pulled this out of the dishwasher.
Nice. She's learning, Mama.
She likes helping me do the dishes, but I usually kick her out of the kitchen. Oh my God, why won't you open? Because I'll put, a dirty spoon into the, silverware thing, and then she'll grab it out and start playing with it. And it's like, no, it needs to be in there because it's dirty. Like,
Play with the dirty spoon.
Tell her dirty, yuck, yuck, no.
open, you ding.
I used to tell this one to tell it bye-bye when it went in the dishwasher.
Bye-bye.
So she was like, it's out of there.
See you
We're
later.
gone.
After nap time.
I am defeated by a freaking box of gold.
Nap time? You can ask my mom. It was not a good time.
Yeah, you did like
I
Noelle.
remember
Cried yourself to
laying
sleep in your room.
in my room
Till you finally
just
fell asleep.
screaming bloody murder because I hated naps and I didn't need them.
No, you needed them.
No, you made me
I
take naps
needed you to
till I
need
was
them.
6.
You needed them.
I did not need them for school.
She's starting to hate naps now too, and I'm like, no, please, because like I can tell that you're tired. Like I can see it in your eyes and the way that you're acting that you need to take a nap. And like today, example, we were sitting down here and it was like 2:00 and I was like, okay, it's time for a nap. And she had a meltdown. She did not want to go take a nap. And then finally I went and put her in the nap in her room to lay down, and she was really quiet. And I went into the bathroom to take a shower. I'm like fully naked, ready, about to step in the shower, and I hear her door open, and I'm like, so I have to go out there in the nude and like tuck her back in bed. It's like I'm glad there's no windows upstairs because my neighbors would have had a show. But
Push me off this chair. You gonna take a nap
Your
permanently.
chair is spiny.
It's meant for one freaking person.
here,
They don't make tandem computer seats. Sorry.
Laura,
It's not from Hobby Lobby either.
The hobby of the lobby.
It's from the Habitat for Humanity store, you doof.
Laura said, I just remembered my grandma got me a 23andMe kit for Christmas. Oh, yay! Now I just have to find it. And you could make a whole video about it. Monique said, I've seen some people make videos with their results. Looking for it now. Once I find it, I'm going to read the instructions. Yay! And then this is a good reminder that we are, in fact, doing a writing stream, and we've only done one sprint so far. So I'm attempting to work on my cowboy romance project. I decided to start doing some brainstorming for the second book that is going to be a female-female romance with the sister of the main male character from the first book. But I don't know anything about her yet, so I gotta do some thinking on it.
Get your character Bible started.
Yep. This is what I have so far. I have 3 siblings from his family. Then the main female character from the first one, it's her daughter, and her ex-husband. And then the ex-girlfriend of the main male character. And then somewhere I have written down the 2 ranch hands. One of them is named Jimmy, and he's he's a recovering alcoholic. And then the other one, Evan, I don't know anything about him yet, other than that he is a ranch hand and his name is Evan.
Was it this story or the next one where the ex-drunk falls off the wagon?
I think it's probably going to be the 4th one. Maybe the 3rd one, actually, because I want to do it in, like, order of their age. So it was going to be Carter, because he's the oldest, and then it was going to be Kate, and then I was thinking about doing the other brother next, but he's only 18, and I want to give him some time to grow up a little bit first.
Well, I mean, even if you write them in order, they don't have to release in order. I mean,
right?
It says it, so. No, I'm just like, I really liked when we were talking and fleshing the ideas out. I really like his story.
Yeah, me too. I have to think of what makes him fall off the wagon, because I haven't quite decided what that is going to be yet. But the reason why he, started becoming an alcoholic in the first place is because his mom passed away, and he, like, took solace in alcohol. And then I'm trying to think of what could make him fall off the wagon.
Well, there's plenty of things on the ranch major that could happen if he's been there long enough to think of him as a family that could make him fall off.
An actual wagon?
No, the silver wagon. Sorry, I forget you didn't grow up with a drunk dad. No, the silver wagon.
Falling off the wagon means that you haven't drunk in, however long, and you drink because you fall off the sober wagon.
Mine literally fell off a wagon a couple times.
Well, they say
made it worth the saying.
Well, they say while you're trying to stay sober, your disease is doing push-ups, so you can put that in somewhere.
I don't know about all that.
Don't ask how I know that.
Noelle, do you want to say go?
Yeah.
Come here. Come here.
3, 2, 1.
You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Go! Yay!
Did it way better than
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ring-a-ling.
Jeez, I had to find the right tab that had my music playing so I could turn it off before I unmuted it. It's the trouble with having too many tabs open.
Story of my life, woman. Story of my life. I feel like beads are gonna take me until the write-a-thon starts. There's so much dirt in there. Not my fault. I just swept all the dirt up into them. It's not my fault.
Okay, so I started typing out characters of like what I know about them so far.
You want
And
to do my character sheet that I made?
well, I have one that I use, but I don't know all the details for these characters yet because I just haven't been working on the project for that long.
See, and that's like an argument that some people have, like whether you should have all that figured out first or whether that should come to you as you're writing and you write it down.
It comes to me.
Like, during the first book, Kira says it just comes to her. During the first book, I couldn't write anything down more than my main characters and what I, found out as I went. But then, like, once I wrote book 2, like, that whole family, the whole Underworld family, like, was right there. I knew that whole family dynamic. So, like, I have all of them written down for the next few books, like.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, with book 4, I just have this one main character that's new to the scene that I gotta figure out. So it helps a lot.
I like to know, for all of my main characters, I like to know a basic physical description of them, what their in terms of relating to the plot specifically, their backstory of anything that would relate directly to the plot, and their motivation / goal that would relate directly to the plot. I don't write down any personality traits because those are usually stuff that I come up with as I'm writing. So example for Carter, since this is a romance project, and it's a cowboy romance project, his backstory part is he's from a small town near Sweet Home, Oregon. He and his siblings run a small horse rescue and training center on their ranch. And he's a really good horse trainer. And then his kind of basic personality trait that is directly like applicable to the plot is that he has a really big heart and has a tendency to take in strays and rescues, even at the detriment to himself and often his family members. Then in terms of, since it's a romance project, he's ready to settle down and start a family, but he hasn't had very much luck in the romance department for much of his life. And his only serious relationship was with his on-again, off-again girlfriend, Fiona. But she ended their relationship when they were in college to date more suitable men, and he hasn't really dated much since then. That's it. And then his physical description, he's 26, and then he's 6 foot, blonde with green eyes. He's in good shape, but he's not super buff because he's in good shape because he works on a farm. But like farmers don't really have like abs. They're not like super ripped. They're just in good shape.
They're work the ranch buff. They're not like I go to a gym buff.
Right. He's boyishly handsome. He has a lopsided smile. I thought that would be a nice detail. And then he's white, but he tans easily. And then Annabelle is pretty, dark brown hair and brown eyes, and she has a slightly darker skin tone because I thought it would be nice to have a non-white main character.
Yeah, don't make her look like Annabelle the doll. That might be a little weird.
Well, I was thinking about, because she's originally from Alabama, so I was thinking about like reasonable like POC person that she could be, and I was thinking maybe her mom was an immigrant or something from a country with darker skin tones.
You know what I would love to see your Southern character be, since you want to make her POC, is look up Southern Oreo on TikTok, since you like TikTok so much. That girl is like so Southern Mississippi, Alabama, like tells it how it is. like she could tell you like exactly how a Southern woman's gonna act. Like
I will look it up. What is it called? What is she called?
she's called Southern Oreo. And she does the whole, like I was telling you earlier, the bless my heart thing and like what the differences are and how men know not to cheat on women or lie to them because like they'd have been told by everybody in the town beforehand type thing. And like she tell the truth. She tell the truth. And she is the most beautiful black girl I have ever seen.
See, I haven't decided if Anna, because I just kind of vaguely wrote a description for her because I haven't decided if I want her to be like black or maybe she's part Native American, maybe she's part. I haven't decided. I just know I want her to be POC.
She should be mixed.
Well, the girl on TikTok, she is African American and Armenian. I want to say she said she's mixed with something else. But she is just the prettiest glass of sweet tea I've ever seen. Oh my god, she's so pretty.
Yeah, she is gonna be mixed. I was planning on her dad being white and her mom being from somewhere that has a darker skin tone, and then she was gonna be mixed of the two of them. I just haven't decided because I want to do a person of color that I wouldn't completely butcher because I don't know anything about them or their culture.
Well, I mean, since you were over there, I mean, you know the Arabic. I mean, they're darker skinned.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know a lot about them and their mannerisms and speech and stuff, so.
Yeah, and my possible future stepfather is Egyptian, so.
There you go.
You should, I feel so dumb. I did not know that Aztecs were still alive.
It's like mid Mexico-ish area.
Well, no, she didn't know that they were still, there was any still alive.
Yeah, I didn't know that for a long time. I thought they had gotten like wiped out by the Spanish. For like
the Spanish flu, they'd gone.
Yeah. But just like indigenous people in North America, they didn't get completely wiped out. As much as the colonizers tried, they did not wipe them out completely. Yes, Key, that is, farmers have practical strength, not pretty strength. I'd rather have practical. Yeah.
Key,
I feel like that's probably the best decision because the way I'm imagining her is she has a darker skin tone, what would be considered non-white, but is still on the lighter side, like mocha skin color, kind of.
Yeah.
And a lot of people from the Middle East and from the Egyptian area are about that skin tone, with like darker skin and dark hair and brown eyes, that kind of stuff. That's what I'm thinking. And since I do know a lot about that culture because of being in language school and stuff, I feel like that's probably the safest bet.
I'm just thinking, like, the couple Arabic friends I had in high school, some of them were a little lighter, some of them were a little darker, but, I mean, they were beautiful, beautiful colors, no matter what shade they were. And, I mean, they can have an attitude just like the rest of us.
Right.
Dude, you're talking about farmers and you said physical strength or practical strength versus pretty strength. I'm on my last few classes or whatever you call them, meetings with my physical therapist for my hand. And she started making me do these arm exercises. And I'm like, what does this have to do with my hand? She's like, well, we're building up strength in your wrist, which will help build up your thumb. I was like, dude, I got practical strength. I don't work out. I don't need this. She's like, it's only 5 pounds. I was like, and I don't need this. She's like, are you being a whip? I'm like, no, I just don't want to waste nobody's time. I don't need this shit.
See, when I was on because I grew up on a farm, and when I was living on the farm and I was thin, I was strong. I was not like super muscular or anything, but I had really strong legs and my arms were pretty decently strong. And I could lift up a 90-pound bale of hay and throw it over my back and carry it across the property to go feed the horses. Like,
Kirsten, oh my God, that's just what she did today.
I picked up. Okay, I'm getting
she helped the girl do hay today.
So I
almost
was
fell off
like
the truck.
literally like 8 feet in the air, and I was throwing hay. Like imagine, okay, so 4 bales stacked on top of each other on a huge diesel truck.
Okay. Like
Okay,
for high or
Yeah, for
Yeah.
high.
So imagine throwing almost 100 because they were like really packed, like you could barely grab the strings, and they were local, so they were heavier.
Mhm.
So I
Still
was
greener.
having to toss it up and then use my knee and go like this and chuck it onto the thing without killing the girl who was moving them and rearranging them on her truck. And I dropped 4. Almost went off the side with one of them because there was no railing. And then 2 of them fell on the top of her cab. But she was like, oh, it's fine. It's a truck.
One of my summer jobs that I had when I was a teenager was because the area where I lived, ton of hay fields and local farmers who, grow and, sell hay and stuff. And one guy that lived, not very far down the road, he hired us, me and my sister, every summer to come down and bring in all the bales of hay from the field and stack them up in the barn. And it would take, because it was just one field, so it would take us maybe like a week to do the whole field and get them all stacked up in the barn. And it was awesome because he paid us minimum wage. When a lot of jobs like that, they'll just pay you like, oh, I'll give you like $5 an hour or whatever. But he paid us minimum wage, and he would write down when we got there and started working and when we left, and run us by like, is this when you got here, and like, this how long you worked today, and like we calculated it all out, and it was awesome. And minimum wage back then was like, I think it was $8.50.
There's no way it was minimum wage was $8.50. Well, okay, maybe in Oregon. I was gonna say there's no way minimum wage was $8.50 when you were young, because minimum wage was freaking $6 when I was young.
It was $8.50 back then. It's now 12 something now.
Okay, so you're talking state. You're not talking federal. So
yeah, no, state minimum wage is what he paid us. It was
that's
awesome.
why I was like, wait a minute, no, there's no way, because federal minimum wage just went up to like $9 before the whole bullshit thingy.
Yeah, it was around the $8 range for a while, and then within a few years it jumped up like quickly and now it's like 12 something.
I remember last year when Nebraska went to $8 minimum wage and McDonald's said, we'll give you an extra $1 if you come work here. Oh my God, the freaking 16-year-olds I had to train.
When I was working at the grocery store that I worked at, when I first started working there, minimum wage was $10, I think. And while I was working there, it was $10, and I made $10.25 an hour. And while I was working there, it went up to $10.50, and I got a 50-cent raise. And he's like, you know what? I'll just give everybody a 50-cent raise. And so even if you were already making more than minimum wage at the time, I went up to $10.75 an hour.
Nice.
Because the manager at that store was nice. The manager for the deli where I worked at was demon spawn. But that's a whole story.
Don't even lie and say nice. We done heard enough of them stories.
No, the manager of the deli was horrible. The manager of this grocery store itself was he was a nice dude. He wasn't in the store a whole lot. Because he managed like 3 different stores, and then the assistant manager was the one that was in our store the most often. So like, because the owner owned 3 different grocery stores, and he hired one person to manage all 3 of them. And so the manager of the grocery store would travel between the different stores, and then each store had an assistant manager that was like kind of the store manager, I guess. But he was nice. He when I was getting my hours cut by demon manager of the deli, he trained me to be a cashier so I could get my hours back by being a cashier instead.
That's nice.
So, I mean,
at least somebody cared.
Stephanie says my first job in Oregon was $6.90 an hour, and that was 1998. This was in 2012.
Oh my god, I forget how young you are.
Yeah, I'm only 24. I was born in 1996, so
I know there's 11 years difference, but sometimes when you use like say years, I'm like, oh dear God. Like I don't realize how many years ago things were until you say them, and I'm like, oh dear God.
So we had Divided by Sight join us. Hello. And we had Tessa Dean join us. Hello. And we had Stephanie come over. I not actively watching it, but I did have it playing in the background, but it looks like it's over now. So, hi Stephanie. And that's all the new people. So hello, welcome. We're just kind of chatting. We're doing sprints, but having long bouts of chatting in between. Yeah, a lot of people. I don't know why. Do I look old or do I act old?
You act old.
You act older than you are. Most young mothers do, though.
Yeah, I feel like becoming a parent ages you,
What's your next
not
option?
ages you, but matures you quickly.
It matures the woman. It doesn't always mature the man.
True.
That's the reason I'm no longer with her father. It matured me, not him. So.
Yeah, I have a lot of people that tell me, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were that young." And it's like, I don't look old, do I?
It's like when people tell me and my mom, like, are y'all sisters? I'm like, wait, does that make me look old or you look young? Guess we even each other out.
Okay, Stephanie says I act old.
I've told you.
Yeah.
You do.
I am 24. I turned 25 this year in August. Hi. You want more goldfish?
I don't want the mommy, just the goldfish.
Which came down and held the bowl out. Like, can I have some more, please? Okay, bye. Okay, have fun hanging out with Daddy. Are you watching Mickey Mouse? Okay, have fun. She came over, held out the bowl. Okay, bye. Well, I'm glad that I act old and don't look old then.
Older. The key word is older. You don't want to act old.
Okay, I act older. I don't look older.
There you go. It's like, because that could go the wrong way than you're wanting.
Thanks for the snack. Bye. Pretty much.
It's like a bird. Feed me. Okay, shut up.
Well, lately in the morning, she gets up a little bit like before she's supposed to, because normally if she goes to bed on time, she sleeps about 12 hours, and so she usually wakes up after I wake up. But the last couple mornings, she has woken up at like 7 a.m. And I don't get up till like 8:30, and so she's gotten up like an hour and a half to 2 hours earlier than she normally does. And so this morning she got up at 7. She came into my room. She jumped onto the bed and said, "Mommy, I'm hungry." I got her something to eat, and she just sat at the bottom of the bed and watched cartoons and ate while I slept for another hour.
Don't you love those days? I miss those days.
And then I woke up at like 9 and was actually ready to wake up, and she was, "I'm hungry again," so I had to get up and get her some more food.
I'll wake you when I need food, Mommy. Otherwise,
she's like, "I'm just gonna sit here and watch cartoons. I'll just wake you up when I need sustenance."
She's like, when I'm hungry, I'll wake
Alright,
you up.
do we want to do another sprint?
Yeah. I want to see if I can get any details on this character, because I want her to be the main character in the next book.
I'm thinking I should be able to get these beads done this sprint, and then I'll be able to pull out my stuff.
Yay!
I put in earbuds now. I don't care.
Man, it's been taking you almost 2 hours to do that.
If you saw the amount of dirt in these. Ugh.
Honestly, If the roles were reversed, I would have made her clean it up and not myself.
Well, okay. To be fair, she did sweep them up. That's half the battle. Now I got to pick up all the trash and cat litter out of
I
it
swept them up.
after she dropped them.
I did sort some of the dirt out of them. Just because you can't help me as well.
This stream is not organized at all. We are just chaos today.
Oh my God,
Aren't we always? It's the best kind.
I don't need a smartphone to find invisible monsters. I have a thoroughbred.
Okay. Child in the background of Amber's stream. Do you want to do the? Thing?
Ewan, etu, right.
Okay. I about had a mini heart attack
Why?
because I thought I had lost the 6 chapters of outlining I had done. Because I have this whole like big stack of paperwork that has like the horse stuff and the moving stuff and the job stuff and the house stuff and the land stuff and all that stuff. And I thought it was with this, but it was behind
Did you put my
blank
school
paper.
stuff in your lockbox?
It's not my lockbox, it's in my important pink Pepto box.
Okay.
Important Pepto box.
I have a Pepto Pink as old as I am Barbie box. It just looks like an old suitcase.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally as old as I am. It's made out of plastic and it's held up. And it's bright ass Pepto Pink. So like you can't miss it. That's my important like needs to go places box. Document box.
Right. We have a 3-drawer like storage thing that you can get at like Walmart or whatever, and all of our important papers I have sorted it by file, like by what it is, into different files, and then they're all in the bottom drawer of that. I really want to get a file cabinet, like an actual like metal file cabinet.
Oh, wish you would have told me that. I threw one away a week ago. I could have brought it to you.
Damn, I should have said something. I'm sorry.
I didn't know you needed one. Nobody here needed it, so I threw it away.
It's all right. I see they have a lot of the times they have those plastic tubs that you can put the file slider things in. So I'll probably just end up getting one of those because I think one of those would be big enough for all of our stuff. Because I keep records of every car that we've sold. I have a contract of a gun that Jordan sold years ago, but I keep it because like you never know. Because he sold it in a private sale. So I have that.
That's always handy because I had my guns get stolen and didn't have any of the serial numbers from 10, 15 years ago when I bought them and sold them. And yeah, that comes in handy.
Right. So Jordan sold that gun like before he even met me, and he just kept it. And so I keep that in there. I have all of our like social security cards and birth certificates and like all that stuff. I keep like, because if I need that information, I want to have it there on hand. And if I need, if we need our birth certificates for some reason, I have them all. I don't have Noelle's, but I have mine and Jordan's.
Well, you're kind of gonna need Noelle's when she starts preschool.
Yeah, I gotta get it. I never ordered it. I got her social security card because that's free, but you have to pay for the birth certificate.
You shouldn't have to pay for the first one.
They told me it was $25.
Every state I've ever lived in, you didn't have to pay for the first one.
But yeah, I have our entire rental history, all of our previous leasing agreement or rental agreements, and like everything. I keep everything. I even keep all the receipt halves of our money orders that I pay the rent with. So I have 2.5 years worth of money order receipts, because you know how it's like one half is the money order check and the other half is the I keep all of those because if for some reason they call and they're like, hey, we can't find your check because we have to put it through a slot in like the door of the manager's office.
I was saying that's a very real thing because we had somebody stealing checks when I in Nebraska, and they were trying to evict me. I came back from 4th of July after my grandma got put in hospice to, you're about to be evicted. You haven't paid rent in 6 months. And I was like, what are you talking about? For some reason, nobody ever figured out. They had to give me a totally different, like, called a T code, basically, identification code. For whatever reason, mine and somebody else's had switched. So it was showing that they were paying their rent and I wasn't paying mine.
But the other person was the one that wasn't paying the rent.
Yeah. I had to go back and do a year's worth of tax stubs from my bank to figure out when the T code switched and show them that I had paid rent and that I had never stopped. And I think 2 months after before we moved, a year and a half later, we finally got it figured out. But I still ended up paying like almost $600 in court fees and stuff.
And it was 6 months that this was going on, and they never said anything to you?
Yeah.
My freaking landlord called me because there has been 1 month where I got the money order, but I had forgotten to go like turn it in, and so our rent is, she gives us a window from the 1st to the 5th. If we don't have our rent in by the 5th, then she considers it late and she'll call you. She called me on the 6th, the morning of the 6th, said, hey, I just collected all the rent yesterday from the Dropbox and I don't see any here for you. Did you pay it? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I have it right here. I just forgot to turn it in. She called me like immediately to say that my rent wasn't paid. Like the second she was going through the checks.
Yeah. There wasn't a single notice on my door until they were taking me to court, and I had to pay the $600 court charge just to find out what it was about and get it cleared.
Wow.
And didn't even get that money back. Like, I came home from the 4th of July, like, what the fuck? Like, there are sheriffs at my door. What the hell?
Wow.
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah, but I keep all mine because my friend Leanne, she got evicted from her apartment because she had to pay with money orders too, and her sister was living with her at the time and had accidentally thrown away their money order, and she could not find the receipt end of it anywhere, because if you have the receipt part and for some reason the money order gets destroyed or lost, you can go take that in, get the money back. As long as it hasn't been cashed yet, you can get the money back and get a new money order, or just get it back in cash, or whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
They lost the receipt half of their money order, and so they couldn't get that money back, and she couldn't pay her rent, and she got evicted.
Oh my goodness.
So I keep them. I have a freaking stack of them that's like that thick of receipts, and it has the date stamped on the back of what when you bought it and stuff. So like I know which months are which and whatnot. But yeah, I'm like really anxious about that kind of stuff. Like, I don't want to get evicted for like not paying my rent or stuff like that. Like, so I keep all that stuff. I keep everything that I think could be important at some point in my life. I keep it. I still have all of my Army freaking documents of when I joined and when I left, because it's 2 different things. Like, oof.
She's making me think she wants something. She's just waving.
No, I told you no more goldfish. You need to go lay down with Daddy. It's bedtime.
No, Daddy.
You either lay down with Daddy or you go to bed in your room. Daddy. Okay, then go lay down with Daddy. During like 5 minutes left in the sprint, I heard thump. And I go and look, and she was trying to come down the stairs to get more goldfish and had fallen down the first couple steps. Like, didn't hurt herself or anything, but I think she like freaked herself out. She was like clutching the bowl and like sitting on the second from the top step, like crying. And it's like, all right, I think you need to like go lay down. And
yeah, it's good.
I mean, it is way past her bedtime. She's supposed to go to bed at 8:30, and it's 10 o'clock. So,
well, if you need to go, put her in her room.
Jordan should have done it by now, honestly, but because like he knows that I'm doing the stream and he's up there not doing anything. So,
like I said, he wants another kid. Tell him to start taking care of him. Are you gonna stay at home? Because I'm not doing it with 2.
If I gave him the option to be a stay-at-home dad, he would go for it because he is tired of his job. And he, like, just the other day we were talking about it, and I was like, fine, I'll go get a job and you can stay home. He's like, please, I would love to switch. Like, come on, like, go get a job. I was like, okay, but the problem with that is I don't have enough job experience to get me anything that would pay enough for one of us to be home. I don't have enough. He's been working at AutoZone for like years, like literally years. Like, he started as a part-time red shirt, and has worked there for so long that he made it up to a store manager. That's why he makes as much money as he does. I don't have any job experience that would pay a living wage for us.
Well, even with all my job experience, you see what happened to me, so.
Right, like, that's why I'm trying to, like, build up Rose City, because I would like to someday make it so that could be the sole income for the family, and Jordan would be able to stay home. And then he could watch her and any other kids that we might have at that point while I work. But that's a long journey to get there.
This is true. What do you want to do now, Sprint?
Might as well. I'm trying to figure out. I wrote out all of the characters that I have so far, just their names, because I need to figure out a basic physical description and a backstory for each of them, because I want to write books with all of them. And then I also have to find love interests for them too. So I have Carter and Anna. They're the first book. Then I have Kate and Brandon and Jimmy and Evan, and they are for sure each going to get their own story. But also, I've been toying with the idea of Anna's ex-husband getting his own story. And Fiona is a character that is prominent in book 1 that I feel like maybe she should get her own story too. So that's 2 more right there.
Yeah.
And I think I want Jimmy, the one that is a recovering alcoholic, to be a male-male romance. Either him or Evan. I haven't decided yet. But I want to do a female, and I only have one female other than Anna. And that's Kate.
We could always, introduce a friend.
Yeah. Ooh. You said that, and an idea popped into my brain.
There you go.
Anna has a friend. Anna has a friend named Sarah who babysits for her in the beginning of the book until Anna loses her job and has to go live on the ranch.
There you go.
I can use her.
That's how my series of 4 people turned into 19 books. I'm telling you. Friends of cousins of family of you slowly meet them all and it expands.
She was just a one-off one scene character.
Yeah.
That I mentioned.
So was Malum, and look, he's got his own book in book 2. He was 1 paragraph in book 1, and then he's like, my daughter got her story, I need mine.
Now it's Carter and Anna, Kate and Sarah, and then there's 3 characters that need love interests.
I told you, dude. That's what I did. I thought it all through, and book 2 kind of opened my idea to that whole side of the family, and then that gave me 3 more. So I'm up to 19 books and characters. And if I don't know the names of the love interest yet, I know where I want it to be introduced. But book 4 will open up a whole new world of gods and different things. So you'll get to see the whole new world. So that should open up a lot. That's why I think I had originally wanted to outline this whole thing and do the beats and stuff like that. But I like where it's going. So I just want to write what I've got outlined now. And then during the second drive, when we're all in one vehicle, I can brainstorm the hell out of it. And possibly finish the book. That'd be nice.
Now that, thank you, because now that you said introduce a friend, and that gave me I could use Sarah, and now I have in mind that scene that she's in. I haven't written it yet, but now I know exactly how it's gonna go. She's gonna because part of the scene is that Anna tells her oh yeah, this guy just asked me out, and it's I'm still just barely divorced, whatever. And she's like, oh, you should go for it. Now I have the thought that maybe Sarah says, oh, I still think you should switch teams. If you ever do, just let me know. I'm interested.
There you go.
Damn it. Why didn't I think of this before?
And ranchers always have friends and friends at the bar and, people at the hardware store, people they see every day, and they're just going about their normal business and don't think about it. So there's always that aspect you could write in later for somebody else's love interest. Because Seda living with the nymphs just, opened up a whole new set of characters, and then the satyrs, whole new set of characters, and now I've got Ava Karina, so that'll be a whole new set of characters. So, and then the just possibilities are endless. So
Rock on. I tried to teach this to Noelle, by the way, to go rock on, and what she does, she goes rock on with peace signs.
I was just saying, I tried to teach that to Kira, and she's like, I'm like, no, wrong finger. She never could hold them down. It was just, holding the pinkies.
Okay. We should do another sprint. But Tessa said, I'm writing a blog post, 21 word prompt. Talk about difficulty. The words aren't related. I write serial blog posts that turn into books eventually.
There you go. Just turn your 21 word prompt into ideas for books later. That works, right?
I think it's better for me to do what I'm doing now instead of jumping into drafting this. I think it's better that I plan out, because I can plan out everybody that's going to have their own story, and then I can make sure that, we're introduced accordingly.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I did. Like I said, I went, book 2 kind of opened up everything for me and gave me, I think I have solid 10 books now, and then I have like at least some idea for the other 9 based on where book 4 is going to go. And book 3 kind of touched on. So it's a thing. I was just going to do like 5 books of one type of series and 5 books of another, and then I called myself planning, and it backfired and exploded.
So for my characters, for the main like family Carter's siblings, I was trying to think of names that were popular in my area because they're from Oregon. And I chose, for the younger brother, I chose the name Brandon, which is perfectly normal name, very popular in this area. But how weird is the name Brandon? I don't know why, but it's just weird to me. It's a weird name.
I think Brandon Sanderson, so I don't think weird.
I mean, it's a normal name. Like, it's popular and a lot of people are named that. But where did it come from? It just seems weird. Brandon. It just seems weird.
Brandon or Brandon?
Okay. Oh, it's Celtic.
Yeah, to say there are various places called Brandon. Most are named with Old English. Dumb, not Dan.
It means it's a Celtic name, or the name Brandon, or descended from the Old Welsh name Bran, meaning crow or little raven.
Or Gaelic Mac, which means son.
And it was originally a surname.
Of Germanic origin.
It just seems like a weird name to me. I don't know why.
It says the Brandon family name was found in the USA, the UK, and Canada and Scotland between 1840 and 1920. If used as a last name.
Like, there are some names where you hear it and you're like, that is a perfectly ordinary name that you just know where it came from. Like Alexander, that's a name that is totally nothing strange about it. You know where it came from. Tons of famous people in the past that have that name. Adam, you know where that name came from. But then there are some names that you're just like, this is a weird name. I don't understand this name. It confuses me.
The first, let's see, the oldest place name Brandon was found was in Brandon, Lincolnshire, which dates back to 1060, while the Suffolk, Norfolk, and Lincolnshire locals use various spelling of that name. Brandonia, Brandun, and Brandun.
Another name that's strange to me that I never understood is there was this guy that was in my high school whose name was Tell, Tell. I don't get it. Well, technically, his first name was William. His name was William Tell because he was named after his grandpa or something. But he went by his middle name, and that name just confuses me. The
You
name
didn't like
Lane.
Will?
The name Lane confuses me.
I loved the name Lane, but then again, I loved Lane Frost before he died. So,
Well, I like the name Lane because of Lane from Gilmore Girls. But then again, I also had a guy that went to my high school that was a big bully, who bullied me quite a bit, whose name was Lane. Him and Tell were best friends.
of course they were.
I don't know. There's just like my name. Where the fuck did my name come from? Why did people start naming people Meadow?
Why did people start naming people Mercedes and Candy and Apple and
Where did the name Amber even come from? Just kidding. Tell means hill. Oh, I didn't know that.
So he was a hill of a boy? Hell of a hill?
Yeah, his last name was Crookshank too, so
It was a Crookshank Hill.
William Tell Crookshank. Ugh. But his family were like prominent people in the area where the school was located. Like they owned like thousands of acres and were really well-off farmers. So I don't know. There's just some names that confuse me.
Well, it's up to you. We've been going for 2.5 hours. I am outlining either way.
We can do another sprint, and then I'll probably go lay down and watch a TV show of some sort.
To say, because I am going to work till midnight, so I can then watch my Discovery of Witches. So,
Yay! All right, let's do another sprint then. For anybody who's still here participating, I appreciate you for sticking through with our chattiness. Amber, you can do the battle cry this time.
yay! 3, 2, 1, go!
Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Ring-a-ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
I have 2 pages left to be done with this chapter of outlining. So almost 1.5 chapters.
Nice. You know what's a good feeling? When you're starting to outline a new book. When you're starting to outline a new book on your fancy board that you made for yourself, and you crack open a brand new thing of sticky notes.
I've given up on my camera. If yours is good, mine is bad, and vice versa.
Yeah. Here, let me.
Screw you up to screw me.
It didn't work.
See if it'll focus on my handy dandy pen like it used to. It's because I have background lights and I normally don't.
During that sprint, my child scared the crap out of me because I was very intently watching a video, and then all of a sudden something brushed my arm, and I, like, out of the corner of my eye, somebody was suddenly standing there. And I was like, I'm like, oh my God. She was holding a book that she wanted me to read to her. She scared the crap out of me, like, oh my gosh. Okay. Laura says, still here, awesome. And we appreciate you too, Meadow. Oh, thanks. I've gone down the rabbit hole of Googling names now. I'm sorry.
You know, I got to thinking I have been doing Sunday streams at the same time for so long that because I had the same time even when I was in Nebraska, I feel like I'm gonna wake up Sunday and feel like something's wrong.
Right.
Like I'm just gonna feel like I've forgotten something's wrong. And like I could still do the stream, but I wouldn't be able to do like timers or anything because I'd have to do it from my phone. Yeah, that's not helping the blurriness. But I couldn't do the timers or anything. So I don't know.
Oh, I think it's fixed now. Nope. It looked like it was fixed in the little teeny square at the bottom.
Oh, there we go.
Huh?
It's fixed now. I don't know. My camera hates me. You cannot show this mess behind me. I'm okay with that. This is a moving mess, people. This is the stuff that has to go, but can't go until the day of.
Okay, I'm about to expose myself a little bit, but here's life with a toddler mess.
Yeah, I don't miss that mess. I
clean this room daily. Daily.
And it only takes about half hour, right? If that.
If I'm lucky, it takes a half an hour. Usually it takes like 5 to 10 minutes.
Well, I didn't say to start the mess. Depends on the mood too, I guess. But oh, nothing. We're talking about the trials of when you were a toddler and Noah being a toddler and the mess that is toys.
Okay, this is for all of her stuffed animals, and she puts all of her stuffed animals in there, and then I have another box that holds all of her blocks and smaller toys, and then like the bookshelf back there, the 2 wide one, has I keep all of her books on there, and then all of her trucks and all of her kitchen stuff because her kitchen is right next to it, and then in this shelf that's got the TV on it, the bottom row is all toys for her too, like storage for her toys. This room was clean yesterday. I cleaned it yesterday, and this morning she came down and did that, and I've just been too not wanting to deal with it today, so I just didn't do anything.
And see, I wish you had. See, when Kira was that young, we had a house, so we had a spare bedroom. So when Kira turned 3, I told her that if she did not clean up her mess after she was done, when she took a nap or when she went to bed that night, the gremlin fairy was going to come and take all the toys off the floor because she had been bad and she hadn't put them up and she hadn't minded, so she was going to lose her toys. And then I would literally wait and like see which one she screamed and whined for the next day. And if she remembered them and wanted them, they'd magically reappear. If she didn't, they stayed away and never came back.
It's 10 fishies.
You had the fishies?
No more fishies.
10 fishies.
No fishies.
10 fishies.
No,
She wants
not
10 fishies.
10 fishies. No fishies.
10 fishies.
If I give you 10 fishies, will you leave me alone?
I did 10
For a
fishies.
minute.
Until she wants another 10 fishies.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what time it is? It is over 2 hours past your bedtime, and Daddy was supposed to put you to bed, and he didn't. And now you're gonna sleep in tomorrow.
I'm going with Daddy. With Daddy.
Yeah, but you keep saying you're gonna do that, and then you keep coming back downstairs.
With Daddy. With Daddy.
Yeah, I really need to go through because most of the toys that she has have been toys that she's gotten from since she was like an infant onward, and like as gifts from other people, because half of my family members and half of Jordan's family members do not ask me before they buy her stuff. So they always end up getting her a toy that she doesn't need, that I don't have space for. And then I feel bad about getting rid of it because they got it for her as a gift. So she has way too many toys, and I am well aware that she has way too many toys. I just don't have the energy in me to go through and get rid of toys. Well, and also the stuffed animal issue is also partially on me, because when me and Jordan started dating, that was our thing for our relationship. Every single date he would buy me a stuffed animal. And so her collection she inherited from me and Jordan, and has then also built upon it with getting new ones.
See, I had the equivalent of 2 of those tubs. I had one for stuffed animals and one for soft animals and one for hard animals. And so I kind of kept that going with Kira. And like I said, if she didn't pick them up, whether it was full or not, like once she turned 3, it was, you're old enough to know they go back. If they are on the floor and I step on them, they go automatically in the trash. Like, right away.
She actually threw away one of her own toys the other day.
Oh, wow.
Because she kept leaving it on the floor. And I told her, if you keep leaving those on the floor, I'm going to throw it in the garbage. And she said, garbage? And I was like, if it's on the floor, then it's garbage. And she said, okay, garbage. She went through it in the garbage and hasn't asked for it once. And that was like a week ago.
Nice.
I was actually really surprised because it was a toy that she played with a lot.
Maybe she doesn't understand it's not coming back. She just hasn't found it yet.
Because there are some toys that like I've wanted to get rid of because she doesn't play with super often, but every time she loses it, she like freaks out. She has to have it. There's this one that she got for either her first birthday or Christmas. I can't remember, but it's this little dinosaur that has a handle and you push it, and it has these little balls that come with it that like scoops them up, and it like makes noise and stuff. And she barely plays with it. She's never once pushed it on the ground to scoop up the balls for it, but she likes to hold it and go rah at me with it. And so when she loses her her dinosaur, she freaks out.
So try like taking one toy a day or a week that you know she doesn't really play with, and just hide it, put it somewhere, and then keep doing that until you get rid of the ones she doesn't really play with.
Yeah, and this over on the table over there, that round thing that's like red and yellow and all that, it's a little ball pit that inflates. And I had it deflated and like wrapped up, and it was in her closet. And a couple days ago, she found it in the closet and made me blow it up for her. And I just want to get rid of it.
Especially since she swims in all her toys in it.
Yeah, she dumped all of her balls because I had all of her blocks and like balls and stuff. Because all the balls that came with that, she plays with them because she likes to, sort them by color. She likes to try to teach herself how to juggle with them, whatever. She plays with them. And so I had all of those and all of her blocks in this, in this reusable tub thing. And she brought this downstairs because it was inflated and it was in her room. She brought it downstairs. Struggle bus that was to drag it down the stairs because it's too wide. So she has to like carry it sideways. Took her a while to figure that out. I didn't help her. She did it by herself. Brought it downstairs, dumped all of her toys in it, and she swims around in circles.
It's a Noelle fish.
And so then you're sitting there trying to focus on something, and all you hear is the freaking clanging of all of her toys. Oh, Laura has to go to bed. Good night, Laura.
Good night. Hope to see you in the Sprintathon.
Only the stuffed animals. Everything else is hers. I do need to go through and get rid of stuff. The only reason why it looks like a lot right now is because all of her stuffed animals are dumped out and like not in a pile either, and they're like carpeting the floor basically.
Well, and the inflatable looks like it takes up a lot of room. So.
Yeah, and my coffee table is over there too, so that takes up space. And like it looks a lot more messy than, like, I know that once I actually start cleaning it, it's gonna take me like maybe an hour at the most. But
if it takes you more than 20 minutes, it's too much.
Well, there's also mess from myself that I need to clean up too. That's in my desk area.
I thought you meant her mess.
I mean the room as a whole, to pick up everything, vacuum, all that. I'll clean up my desk
do a proper
area.
clean. Okay.
I'm gonna have to do it anyways because I want this to be clean when you come over.
Oh, you're fine. You got nobody to impress.
At the very least, I need to have all of my dishes clean and all of the places where people sit clean.
Just say, yeah, because I'm coming in with a film crew of my camera. Everyone's going to see everything. Lord knows they see enough of my crap.
Right. So I want to go through all of the stuffed animals, and I'm going to take back all the ones that were originally mine and just let her keep the ones that we've gotten for her since she's been born. And honestly, anything that's in the living room that she doesn't play with very often is going to get put in her room. And she can trash her room, and I'll just make her clean her own room, as long as the living room stays clean.
Hey, you should put her trash can in there and tell her if you don't like the toy or you don't want the toy, you can put it in the bag. It can go that way. Maybe she'll throw some of her own away. Right.
There are some toys that she's been when I've mentioned, I'm going to throw this away if you don't put it away, she'll be like, okay, it's garbage. Like, wait, what?
That's when you take it and you throw it in the trash.
I wasn't expecting you to say that. I was more expecting you to be like, no, and then go put it away.
Yeah. Oh, Kira still surprises me with that. She'll beg for a month for a shirt, and then a month later, she's like, I really don't wear this. I was like, you just okay. Just sitting there going cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Okay.
Right. I don't buy Noelle new toys unless it's something small. Like the other day we were at the store and I got her, they had a buy one get one half off sale for those little
those are cute.
So I let her pick two of them. She got a bear and a pleurodon. Those are fine because they're small and they can go away with her other animal toys.
Yeah.
And it's fine. And also, when I'm actually watching her play and playing with her, we have a rule that she can only bring out one type of toy at a time. So, if she wants to play with her cars, we'll put the car rug down that I got for her. She pulls out her cars and play with those. But then when she wants to play with something else, she has to put the cars away first.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, I don't want to add to the toy collection. So I'm trying to think of, something small and educational I can get her that she'll like. So
she likes books. If you got her some sort of books, she would enjoy that a lot. If you wanted to get her a small toy of some sort, you could get her a small horse.
Yeah, so I was thinking just
something like that.
Because Tractor Supply has a little horse you can buy.
Right. She would love playing with that. She has a couple of those. That brand. That brand is the bear and the pleurodon that I got her. Is those ones that you get at the farm stores.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to go and find something for her.
And when my family members have been asking me, what does she need for her birthday? And I'm like, oh, thank you for asking me first. Okay, you can get her clothing because she's growing out of a lot of her clothes and she's, needs a bigger size. You can get her clothing. Please don't get her any toys. I'm begging of you. Please don't get her any toys. Another problem that I have too is that For her first Christmas, my grandma got her this bear thing. It has like buttons and it talks and makes noise and stuff. I have one in this room somewhere. I don't know where it is. It's in the nest somewhere.
Mine likes to go off randomly.
So she got that. The next birthday, my mom got her the exact same thing because she didn't realize my grandma had already gotten her one. Then the next Christmas, my grandma got her another one because she forgot that she got her one in the first place. So the second one my grandma got her, I was like, okay, grandma, she already has one of these that you got her last Christmas. She's like, oh, I did? I was like, yeah, so it's okay. So she took it back and got her something else. Yeah. But she still has two of them now.
That's when you, like you said, you get her to throw away all the toys and you take her with you to like an shelter thing and like actually let her see giving it away is a good thing.
Yeah, I think I want to do that for sure. She just has a lot of small toys that create a lot of clutter. I need to go through because like she plays with her blocks, so I'm not going to get rid of those. She plays with her trucks. I'm not going to get rid of those. She plays with her animals. But there are
anything that's too small.
There are a lot of small toys. Like she got one gift she got from somebody that's like these little pieces that connect together to make like this snake or whatever. Yeah. She doesn't ever play with it, and the pieces just take up space. Yeah. And there's a ton of stuff like that. That's like she never plays with this. Why is it still here?
Yep. So I'm saying you just got to make it like something she would agree, like get rid of them and be like, okay, let's go take them and help other kids and let her see that. Because like I always did that, like with Kira's books when she would outgrow them and stuff like that. We'd take them to the little library and I'd let her put them in the little kid library thing, and when we did food and things like that. So
Noelle's not going to have any books left to donate because she likes to shred her books, like rip them to pieces. Just yesterday, there was this book that I read to her a lot, and she really liked the book. So I don't understand why. It was called Mog's Family of Cats, and it was one of those cardboard pages. Yeah. And just not last night, but the night before, I guess I had left it in her room accidentally, and she shredded it like confetti pieces on the floor. Like,
no way to put it back together, confetti.
Like, it's one thing if you tear part of the cover. The rest of the book.
Yeah. I have two favorite books from when I was little. I drew on. Like, I thought I was writing the book.
Yeah, she tore it to pieces. Like, no way to fix it. And then she cried. Like, when I came in and I was putting her, like, I found the mess and I was like, oh my God, I'm not dealing with this right now. Took her downstairs or whatever. And that like, you know, last night I was putting her down and she wanted me to read it to her. I'm like, I can't. You ripped it to pieces. Like, this is on you, kid. Like, I don't know what you expect from me.
Yeah. Kind of impossible now, sweetheart.
Kids, man. Kids. But, yeah, she does have too much toys.
So do you want to sprint again, or do you want to go?
I don't know. I think I probably should go to bed because I have to get up for Jayce's stream in the morning.
You act like it's so early. It's just 9 o'clock.
But we're also losing an hour tonight, so.
No, that's Saturday to Sunday, sweetheart.
Is it Saturday night that is changing or Friday night that is changing?
I thought it always changed on Saturday nights.
You're probably right.
I think time change always happens on Saturday nights because most of the time I miss church. It's the reason I remember this.
You're probably correct. It probably is tomorrow night. So, yeah. I don't know. I kind of want to just go lay down and watch some 911 because I started watching 911 last night. And
yes, it's Saturday to Sunday.
There's some good storylines in that show. Like one of the main characters, that the cop lady in it, her main storyline that's going on is that her husband came out as gay and like they're trying to struggle to remain a family because they have 2 kids together already. And it's like a really cool storyline that I think is cool. And I think the show, at least from my perspective, they are doing a good job with it. But if you guys haven't seen 911, if you like those types of shows where it's like the procedural whatever, because it's the main characters is the 911 operator lady, and then it's the firemen / EMTs and one lady that's a police officer, and they all know each other and are friends, but they have like their own storylines as well. It's good.
Yeah, my mom watched Chicago PD, and a couple times 911 like went into it, like they did a co-thing, but
there's also 911 Lone Star, but I don't know if they're connected or not.
I don't know, probably like NCIS they are, but they aren't.
Right, because like CSI, they're all the same show, but in different cities, like CSI Las Vegas, CSI Miami, whatever. CSI Las Vegas is the original one.
Yeah.
And then all the other ones are offshoots. And I think it's like the same kind of concept where it's like 911, that one's set in LA, and then 911 Lone Star, I believe, is in Texas. And
yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I think we should wrap up. We've been chatting for a million years.
Well, technically, the Worldwide Write-a-thon opening chat starts in 3 hours. So,
well, anybody that's staying up for the start of the write-a-thon, good luck. Anybody that's going to try to stay up for the entire write-a-thon, good luck. I'm not doing it. I'm going to bed, and I'm going to wake up and join Jayce's stream, which is at 9 my time, and I'll participate in some of the sprints after that, but I don't know what I'm going to do for my whole day tomorrow.
You see how big this coffee cup is?
I think my tomorrow is going to be spent dealing with this mess back here, because I just did not have it in me today to deal with it, so I didn't. And that's future me's problem.
I've got an hour till midnight till I can watch my Discovery of Witches. I've got 3 hours to the start of the write-a-thon, which means I have somewhere between less than that to get 3 more chapters outlined and figured out the next 4 or 5 chapters. So I can write 10 to 20,000 words.
Yeah, my favorite.
I wrote in that line. I still think you should just switch teams. If you ever do, let me know. I'm totally interested. I wrote it in under that.
There you go. Perfect.
So I remember. That's why I leave spaces in my first outline, because as I'm writing and as more ideas come to me, I can write them into the corresponding scene and where they belong.
Mm-hmm. See, my dumb self found my original first outline for Unknown Origins, and I just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have them like any of them in order of the chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use this to make sure I actually hit the points that I wanted to make sure I didn't like go off beat somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe make me an Octavia Butler kind of outline and be like, juice it up here, kick it out here, more gory. Yeah.
I don't know. I just know that I am a pantser at heart, but I am forced to outline because I have ADHD and my memory is for shit.
Yeah. I'd like to get some sort of, even if it's just a paragraph blurb outline for like the next 4 or 5 books done. Just so I can kind of have an idea.
I do come up with scenes and storylines ahead of time in my brain, but I have to write them down because I will 100% of the time forget them if I do not.
See, and at some point I've got to bring Unknown Revenge back and redo that book. And so I've got to, like, as I'm writing the new books, I've got to figure out at what point that book would be better suited coming back out and redone. And I'm beginning to think it's harder to write into a book than to just write a new book.
Yeah. I'm like, the reason why I've been working on this project so much is because every time I try to go into the Gatekeepers project, my fantasy, it fills me with I don't even know, it's like dread, existential dread every time I try to work on that project. And I can't seem to get inside the character's head anymore. Like with the first draft, when I wrote it, It was great. It was nearing Nano, the year that I joined AuthorTube. I got it out. I was in her head the whole time. Obviously, I knew there was things I was going to have to fix later, but I got the first draft out. And now that I'm having to edit it, I don't know what it is. I just kind of want to throw the whole thing away and start over from scratch.
I think you're just putting too much pressure on yourself. Just step away from it. If the characters aren't talking to you, step away from it. And I mean, Unknown Love was like Unknown Love and Unknown Revenge were all part of one book, and I made it too big, and then I kind of like made it this big deal of, oh my god, how am I going to split it? Whose story's going to get told? Whose isn't? Like, I made this huge big deal out of it, and I literally like had to step away. For 3 years, I stepped away because every time I thought about it, I just freaked out. It was too much. I step away. Every time you think about it, if it brings you any kind of anything other than excitement, stay away.
Yeah, I'm struggling because I think about that story a lot. I think about storylines for future books because it is a series. I dream about it often. And I want to work on it. Like, I do. I want to finish it. I want to get it out there. Like, I want to continue with the series and stuff. But every time I actually sit down to work on it, I just get stuck. And I just end up sitting here for hours staring at the computer.
But your want is driving your crisis.
Yeah.
Want to give it a break. Want to focus on this project. And even if it's this whole series, want to give it a break. It's like an argument. At some point, you're both talking to a wall that is the other person. Step back, calm down, then come back at it rationally.
Yeah. I think what I need to do, I have 4 chapters in the book that need to be written that are new chapters. I think I'm going to write those new chapters and then just step back, and then I can just print the whole thing out and read it as a whole later on.
And you can't edit with the same emotions that you write with.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, you have to see where the issues are, but that's when you need to do like you did with my book and step into the editor side of it. Or give it to Jayce and say, what would you do? Because I can't get overwhelmed with this.
Mm-hmm.
And take it one issue at a time. Take the heart out of it altogether and just head one point at a time.
I think part of it too is I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself because it is the first book that I've ever actually finished, like written start to finish. Because all my other books that I've tried to write, I got halfway through and didn't finish them.
So you got first projectitis going on.
I think that's a big part of it. So yeah, I've just been focusing a lot of energy on Project Cowboy instead, and I think I just need to actually, because I think that also the other reason why I'm struggling with Project Cowboy is because still a bunch of my energy and my brain is still focused on the other project, and I think I just need to give myself permission to just move on for now.
Think about it this way. Even the best sirloin steak needs to rest to be good.
Yeah.
If it doesn't rest, it's not going to be right. So let it rest. It will be perfect in the end, but for now you need to let it rest.
Here's the thing. I'm going to have to hide this somewhere.
Give it to me. I'll mail it back to you when you think you're ready. Or next year when I come back to get the U-Haul.
I have all of this work that it sits here and taunts me, and it taunts me, and it taunts me.
Put it in the back of a closet. I'm serious. I'll take it and bring it back to you next year when we come back for the U-Haul.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll just hide it in my closet.
Go to bed, Meadow. Don't dream about it.
Dream about this project instead. It sucks because I've been dreaming a lot about my fantasy project lately, like almost nightly. I have a dream involving one or more of the characters or one or more of the storylines, but with different characters. And it's driving me crazy. I think I might lose it.
Oh, you're funny.
All right, I need to go lay down and watch something that's going to get my mind off of writing and try to relax.
Yep.
And then hopefully I can come into Jayce's stream tomorrow with a fresh brain to work on Project Cowboy.
It's going to feel weird not sleeping in tomorrow. Because I sleep in on Saturday, so I don't sleep in Sunday. Oh, wow.
All right. Thank you for anybody who's still here. Quick outros. I am Meadow. I write stuff, but I am not published yet. I'm a freelance editor, so if you're looking for an editor, you can contact me on my website, rosecityediting.com. It is linked in the description below, and you can get a free sample edit from me. Depending on the type of editing you're looking for, it could also be from my business partner, Jayce Maxwell. He is excellent at developmental and line editing. I do copy and proofreading, and yeah.
She did these, and they're great.
Well, Jayce did all the content editing on the green one, and I did all the editing on the blue one. Yay.
And those are my books. They're available on Amazon, and the second one is available everywhere in ebook form. I will stream this Sunday at noon Eastern, whatever time that equals for you. And then the next two we'll skip, and then we'll start the month back right. And I'll see y'all tomorrow morning. Y'all all know me. It's whatever. Yeah. If you'd like to donate to my coffee, that'd be appreciated.
All of Amber's links are in the description as well. And also, Key, this is a good idea. I think I should try, like, if I do dream about it in the morning, just first thing, just write down whatever details I remember. And maybe that'll help get it out and away from me, because it's just stressing me out, like, a lot.
There's a difference when Stephen King says it's a good idea if it's stuck in your brain and won't go away. There's a difference in that and it torturing you.
Yeah. I know that the idea of the world is good, and I like the main character, and I like the general storylines, but I also know that it needs a lot of improvement. And the thing that's driving me up the wall with it too is that as I edit it, I'm seeing more and more things that I need to fix / change / add to it to make it better, which I'm sure is great. But then that just stresses me out even more, because it's like, okay, I'm finished editing chapters 1 through 17, but there's already like 3 new scenes that I know need to be added within those chapters, like somewhere in there. So now I'm stressed out because I'm like, yeah, they're done for right now, but I can't stop thinking about the things that I need to go back and add to them later.
So don't add them, then go back. When you find something else you need to change,
yeah,
go change it. It's how your brain works. It's how you need to work. I can't read a whole story and then go back and edit it. I have to take it one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Like with yours and Jayce's edits, I took all the commas at a time. And then I took all the this at a time. Like, I didn't take one thing at a time, one line at a time, one chapter at a time. Let's find all the comma comments. Let's find all of this comments. And then what I was left with was the bigger comments that I had to actually address. That's what I do.
I go chapter by chapter when I'm editing, because I can't look at the thing as a whole because it overwhelms me. But I mean, I'm already overwhelmed, so what does it even matter anymore?
Well, and that's my edits from you guys. When I do my first edit, I literally print it out, and that way I don't have any computer in front of me. I don't have any way to go do something, and I make notes.
Yeah.
I get a red pen and I make myself notes, and I don't front and back them because I usually will write half a page of notes.
Maybe this could be like a video topic for me, since I don't really post videos on my channel, as you guys are aware. Maybe this could be a video that I could post, just talking about my struggles with this project, because it's literally tortures me awake and asleep, and I can't escape from it.
Maybe you could try editing like somebody, or somebody like what's her name does the Write Like Somebody's. Maybe give you some ideas.
Okay, Key says, stop editing, give it to someone else. Maybe what you need is different perspective. See, I have asked other people to read it for me. I haven't. Jayce is the only person other than myself that has read my book start to finish. I've had one person that's read the first chapter. Jordan has read part of the first chapter but didn't finish it. And that's it. I have sent it to other people too, but they haven't had time to read it yet. So
to say, yeah, my life is too hectic right when she asked for me to even remotely think I could offer. So
yeah. So
that
like
was when I lost a warehouse guy. It was all by myself.
If there are people in the chat that want to read it, I mean, just keep in mind that it's halfway through being edited from a first draft to the second draft. So
you're getting an alpha draft, basically.
You're getting, and I don't even know what you're getting anymore.
Well, it's not a beta read if you haven't fully edited it once, so it's an alpha read.
Well, also the problem, if I were to send you the document as is, it's going to be very confusing, because in the first draft there's a love triangle, but I'm editing that out. So, all the scenes in the first half of the book that led to the ending of the book are different. So the ending of the book doesn't make any sense anymore, because like one of the ending scenes is part of the love triangle where she has like this big epic moment where she kisses the one of the people that
I remember you saying you took that out. Yeah.
So I'm deleting the love triangle. I haven't gotten to that part of the book yet. So I'm like, all of the the parts leading into the romance has all been changed. So the romance doesn't exist anymore, and then all of a sudden you get halfway through the book and it's still there. It's going to be real confusing.
You just need to put a note that said, I stopped editing here. It's okay. Maybe once I either get a job or find enough money at home that I don't have to go somewhere to go to work, I can help you out.
Well, if you ever have free time, just let me know. And Key says she has free time. If you want me to read it, you can send it to me. Pretty sure. Yeah, I do have your email. I will leave a sticky note for myself to send it to you tomorrow, because once I end the stream, I'm going to go collapse into my bed.
I need to get with Key before I leave. I need to meet you both. Say I met people instead of just talking to them forever. I'll DM you, Key, or email you one, because I want to try to meet up this week if you're free.
Here, I put it. A sticky note. Send GK to Key Clavis. Right in the middle of my monitor.
Send GK to KC. All right. Yeah. Expect the email probably not to make too much sense if I don't send it soon, Key.
And Key, your book that you sent me is on my list to start with the betas on Monday, because I want to focus on this for this whole weekend, because I want to try to get really prepared for Camp Nano next month.
See, it sucks that I'm doing this right at Nano, because I really wanted to use this camp to finish this book. That's why I think I'm pushing myself this weekend, because I'm going to be looking for a job, be it online or not. I'm going to be looking for a job. I'm going to be looking for land. We're going to have to be making sure the horse gets settled in, teaching my neighbor where everything's at, because he is used to living 4 hours away in Texas, not where we're at. Getting Kira set up for school, figuring out what they do. Thank you, fucking goofball. Let's not wear any mask anymore, motherfucker. All that shit in April. There's no way I'm going to be writing. There's no way.
Right.
I'll do my Sunday streams and try not to scream too much.
Oh, good luck. Oh, another thing that I just remembered before I close out. I have started making hats, crocheting them. I got this really soft, fuzzy, chunky yarn that I was making hats out of. And I thought this would be good to offer people if they want to donate money to my coffee. I can give them a hat. So, I only have like 3 made at the moment, but I'm gonna make a whole bunch so that I can have them like ready to like, oh, somebody donated some money, they get a hat now. So if you want a hat, they're really soft. It's that really soft, chunky yarn that's like a lot of people use it to make plushies out of them. And so the hats are really warm and cozy. And I'm gonna try to make some fuzzy socks with it and some plushies and all sorts of stuff. But for right now, it's just hats because that's all I know how to make.
Do you have your ears pierced? I know you said you were getting Noah's.
I have mine, yeah. Mine are pierced.
Okay. What's your favorite colors?
Blue and yellow are my favorite colors, but also a theme of colors that is in my house in general is blue and lime green because that's my wedding colors. And it's like blue, like the color of my logo right here.
That's not lime green.
No, blue, like that color blue.
Oh, that color blue, like sky blue.
Like a sky blue, tealish, turquoisey type blue.
Okay.
And then lime green because that's Jordan's favorite color, and our wedding colors were blue and lime green.
Okay. Key, do you have your ears pierced? And what are your favorite colors, even if you don't? I'm going to make y'all little presents to remember me by. You saying hat reminded me. I don't know why Kira's saying I'll make earrings for Noelle didn't remind me. I'm going to make y'all something.
I think that'll be a cute little present from Kira to Noelle because when she does get her ears pierced, she can wear them.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to tell you what, but I just want to make sure, ears pierced just in case they're earrings, but they may not be earrings because I make lots of things, so you don't know. But
right. You could end up with something else.
Yeah. Just 2 favorite colors. And if your ears are pierced, Key, let me know. Yep. I've got less than an hour to get some work done before I can watch Discovery of Witches.
I think
The
I'm
UK's
gonna go lay down.
The UK's a week ahead of me, and I don't like it.
He says cyan.
I need one more color.
Cyan is it's a nice color. That's close to my favorite color, but mine is like Wait, is that what you're saying that color is, cyan? Because that's like really close to what my favorite color is.
Yeah, I think that's what color.
My ears are pierced royal purple, but any jewel color is good. Or brown.
Ooh, good choices together. Okay. Okay. So that lets me know like what I can make. Or I can make like a matching set or whatever I want to do.
And literally any shade of blue that you have will make me happy because just blue in general is my favorite color.
Okay. So yeah, I'll email you, Key, and figure out what day I have free. Probably Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, because Thursday, Friday is going to be fucking crazy. But I don't know what day my mom's taking off to help. So one of those days I'll be getting my hair done and taxes done. So yeah. Okay, go get some sleep. I'm going to go get more coffee and go crazy.
Damn it, my sticky note fell.
Y'all might have a crazy midday stream at 9 o'clock with Jayce like me last time.
I need to washi tape this to the top of my monitor because it fell off.
Okay. I'm going to go get coffee before I wake people up.
All right. And